Well, hello and welcome to Binge Watch, the podcast where we take a look at the hottest new TV and film releases on streaming television platforms. I'm Hannah Fernando, the group editor of Woman and Home. And Ian, it's a rather special festive one this year, isn't it?
Yes, the sound of sleigh bells can only mean one thing, Hannah. It's the bumper Christmas and New Year Binge Watch podcast. And I'm Ian McEwan, writer on TV Times, TV and Satellite Week and What's on TV magazines. And fear not, you will not miss a thing over the festive fortnight because we're going to flag up all the crackers, none of the turkeys, hopefully, Hannah, in this bumper binge watch podcast. So,
like what you did there.
I think often Christmas TV can look a little bit similar, can't it? The same shows coming round, but there is some good stuff to look forward to. Much of it on what I like to call normal TV, Hannah. The thing I definitely am going to be watching on Christmas Day on BBC One is the new Wallace and Gromit. And here's a clip.
Morning, Gromit. How's my favourite pooch? Another great day of inventing beckons. Wait till you see the next thing I'm working on. A smart gnome.
Holy Nobot!
Oh, look at him go.
I wasn't that blown away by Dawn of the Nugget, the Chicken Run sequel, but Vengeance Most Foul, featuring the return of the evil penguin from The Wrong Trousers, Feathers McGraw, and Wallace inventing a robot gnome.
It feels like an AI gnome, doesn't it? It's like a play on all of our fears.
It looks great, and I simply cannot wait for that. But there's another eagerly anticipated show also on BBC One on Christmas Day, Hannah. Are you excited about the big finale for Gavin and Stacey?
Hiya, you alright?
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing, I am. A whole weekend away. Just me and you.
Well, yeah, except it's not just me and you, is it?
Gavin's gone. Later on today, I will be driving our family across the border to a foreign land. What are you doing?
I'm testing the flow.
Stace, pass me them nunchucks.
30 years ago, you two went on a fishing trip that almost tore this family apart.
Just say it, you despicable little rat. You want music?
Yeah, why not?
This is getting out of hand now.
Oh, yes. So I absolutely I'm a huge fan of Gavin and Stacey, and anybody that hasn't watched this before, please do to watch this finale, because it left it on a bit of a cliffhanger, didn't they? And this really is the finale. There's lots of talk about, well, previously, will they do another one? Won't they? And I don't think they will. And here we go. This is it, the big special on Christmas Day, and lots of questions will be answered, I hope, Ian.
That's right, because we haven't actually seen any Gavin and Stacey since 2019. The big cliffhanger ending was Nessa proposing to Smithy. So we're going to find out, well, did he say yes? Are they married now? And we're going to find out, finally, what did happen on that fishing trip that Uncle Bryn went on with Jason. So, I love Gavin and Stacey. Julia Davis and Adrian Scarborough, the couple that they play, are tremendous value, who are always bickering and then making up.
Also, Alison Steadman and Larry Lambs. They're just so good, isn't it? I'm an absolute fan. We interviewed Joanna Page for the cover of this month's Woman and Home, and she's just so lovely. You know, when you meet somebody and you think, are they going to be the same, and as they seem on television, and invariably they're not. Actually, she is. She's so much fun, so excited and so grateful to be back doing this. I think that's so wonderful when you're a bit of a superstar. And of course, James Corden and Ruth James, they co-write this, don't they? And they're great. And if they're saying it's the end and that they're very emotional about it, then I think it's definitely one to watch. And we have a bit of a no TV rule in our house when we were growing up for Christmas Day. Well, I'm breaking it, Ian. That's what I'm doing.
Not even the King's Speech. No.
Well, can record that.
Well, I'm going to put it out there now. I think Gavin and Stacey will be back
Do you?
Never say never. Never say never. Now, something that we both love, and it wouldn't be Christmas without it, mate. It's not turkey. No, it's Strictly Come Dancing Christmas special.
Merry Christmas! Absolutely delightful, darling. You pop it out. Oh, I love it.
Delicious.
As well as that, so that's on Christmas Day, again on BBC One. What a lineup they have. But there's also a rather nice documentary called Strictly Come Dancing 20 Fabulous Years, which you can watch on BBC One on Saturday the 21st of December, and of course it will be on iPlayer. So, yes, Hannah, are you looking forward to seeing this year's batch of celebs, and who do you think will waltz off with the Glitterball Trophy?
Well, you know what? I absolutely love Strictly. It really kind of, even though it starts so early, I think it's September, isn't it? Somehow it starts Christmas for me, and when it really ramps up towards the end, and it just, I don't know, there's something so glitzy, just like Christmas, that it I don't know, it's just fun, isn't it? It's just happy. It just brings joy, and I like the idea of a documentary. I'm interested to see what actually is revealed in said documentary. But yeah, it's the I don't know who's going to romp through. I mean, there's some good names here, aren't there?
Yes, well, I'm not putting my money on Josh Widdicombe from the last leg. I think he could struggle. But Tamsin Outhwaite, I think,
Tamsin Outhwaite is good.
Could be a bit useful. Great to see Billy Munger, the former racing driver. Of course, he lost both his legs in a crash, didn't he? Be great to see him in action.
Williams. Yeah, Vogue Williams is incredibly popular. Her podcast, isn't it? She seems to be absolutely everywhere, advertising anything and everything. So whether she'll have a big fan base, and it all comes down to that, really, doesn't it?
And you can bet that Harry Eaton, a.k.a. Nitro from Gladiators, you can bet that he's going to be very competitive. Well, Hannah, let's just move across to a bit of streaming platform action, because come New Year's Day, you may well be looking for something to binge your way through while you recover from the night before. There's a new Harlan Coben adaptation on Netflix called Missing You, and here's a clip.
I haven't heard from Josh in 11 years.
Maybe it's time you tried something new.
What about that app I signed you up with? I'm Detective Inspector Kat Donovan. Today we're appealing for information regarding the disappearance of Rishi Megari.
So yeah, this looks good. It's got Richard Armitage, seems to be in every single Harlan Coben, doesn't he? And he's in this one, as is Selene Henry. You got Mark Warren. You got lots of star names, and it centres on a female detective played by Rosalind Eleazar from Slow Horses, and two things happen to her. Her former fiancé pops up on a dating app, played by Ashley Walters, and she's trying to find out who was behind the murder of her police officer dad, and that's the role played by Lenny Henry. So these are very bingeable because every episode ends with a cliffhanger, and they're really kind of twisted plots. You don't know who you can trust. So will you be tuning into this, do you think, New Year's Day, Hannah?
I think so. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't sort of feel like it's completely something that is me, if you know what I mean. It's not my genre. I'm still feeling in that sort of happy, sparkly mode. So I'm not sure that kind of, it absolutely is the family viewing with everybody around, which is, we still got family there, still kids about. So I don't know if I'll watch it there and then. But as you say, if you're kind of wanting something to binge watch and you're nursing perhaps a little hangover, maybe, then I guess this is something to lose yourself in quite easily.
There's quite a lot more to round up. So Bake Off also has Christmas specials, or the two Christmas specials, one on Christmas Eve and one on Friday the 3rd of January. There's also, well, this is exciting, isn't it, Hannah? On Boxing Day on Netflix, the return of Squid Game. So cannot wait for that. This is one for you, though, Hannah, which I bet you're looking forward to. On BBC One on New Year's Day, The Traitors.
Oh, I just can't wait just to see what Claudia's wearing alone. I'm obsessed with her wardrobe, although I'm not sure I could afford it. I looked into a couple of the jumpers, and I think they were about 300 quid, and I thought, oh, maybe not for me this year. But yes, it's back. And of course, there's Celebrity Traitors as well later in the year, which will be really exciting too. Just a brilliant game show that, of course, as we've talked about before, was kind of reluctantly picked up, I think, originally, and or turned down, I think, even. And now suddenly, look where we are. It's a phenomenon. People absolutely adore it, and it will be ringed in people's calendars when it'll be circled, for sure.
Good stuff. And SAS Rogue Heroes is coming back to the Beeb on the 2nd of January. There's an interesting looking drama, Lockerbie, A Search for Truth, starring Colin Firth, about the Lockerbie disaster. Also, I think this might be in your wheelhouse, Hannah. We've got a kind of rom-com called The Road Trip, which arrives on Paramount on Boxing Day.
So why do you all hate each other?
Addie and Dylan are exchanged.
Oh. Even after everything that happened, I still care about you.
Am I the only one who remembers what she did to you?
What happened, Addie?
It's complicated.
I mean, apart from anything, Ian, the backdrop of this is going to make you want to book your next holiday. And I think that January is the most... I think it's the biggest time for people to book holidays, weirdly. I never think that it would be because the credit card bills are coming in. But actually, it's a big month for travel. And this is going to make you want to travel once you've seen this.
Yes, they go off in a camper van. They're heading to a wedding in Spain, these two sisters, but they're sharing the van with the ex of one of the sisters. So you can have a few flashbacks. But yeah, that looks like fun. Now, of course, Christmas is also very much about football, isn't it, Hannah? And on BBC iPlayer on Boxing Day, we've got a 2-part documentary about Sir Alex Ferguson, the hugely successful Man U managers. Another family favourite that is back on Boxing Day on BBC One, well, the return of Outnumbered.
It's lovely being surrounded by kids at Christmas.
Yeah, it's lovely. Come on, let's do something festive.
What? Idiots.
Just put me down!
Why do you always do this?
Would you like to lie down?
Oh, God, yes.
Evidence this.
Are you a fan, Hannah? Are you looking forward to seeing this?
I'm such a huge fan of Outnumbered. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that they just kind of, move off script, and the kids are just so brilliant. I can't imagine how difficult it was to cast for that, but yet it just absolutely works. And of course, every time I watch it, I feel really old because those children have now grown up and are actually like adults. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it will be because often when you're younger and then you become older, does it still work? And it has for them. So I think Outnumbered fans will be delighted.
Well, we could go on forever because there's so much good stuff, isn't there, Hannah, around Christmas? But I am now, instead of asking you what you've been binge watching on this week, what I want to know is, what are you looking forward to binging on next year?
Well, I love a bit of Disney Plus, and High Potential is one to watch out for because this is all about a very super smart cleaning lady. She's also a single mum, and she finds herself helping the police solve crimes. It's a 7-part glossy LA set, and it's a pretty beautiful backdrop. I like stuff on Disney Plus. It's never really what you expect, and I'm looking forward to this one.
And on BBC One, Keely Hawes is going to play Cassandra Austin, Miss Austin, which is a 4-parter in which Cassandra burns her famous sister Jane's letters.
Also on ITV1, there's a new show called Playing Nice, and it's awful, actually, because it's like every parent's worst nightmare and fear, and just when your baby's born and they're taken away. And this is Unthinkable Dilemma, a 4-part thriller, really awful, about 2 couples who discover that their toddler sons were switched at birth in this hospital mix-up. And this has the brilliant James Norton and Neve Algar, so looking forward to that.
Brilliant. And finally, yes, it's happened at last. They're bringing back Bergerac on You and Drama, and Damien Maloney from The Split will play the Jersey detective, originally played, of course, by John Nettles way back in the 80s. So yes, we're taking a Christmas and New Year break, but we'll be back with a new episode that will drop on Friday the 10th of January, when we'll be checking out Pete Wicks in For the Love of Dogs on U&W, God help us, and the new Netflix Western Primeval starring Betty Gilpin. So yes, we look forward to those and much, much more. But in the meantime, it just remains for us to say to our listeners, Hannah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and
keep watching.